Hello! I'm back, good sirs, and I'm ready to watch another video. I got hired to watch over a server that doesn't exist, ellipsis, in quotations, by Zacho Builds. I'm excited to see what this is. Let me know how the volume is.
Hello there. We are reaching out following a form where you indicated interest in the following role.
Server Watchdog.
We would love to offer you $4 per hour spent watching over the following server.
This screenshot is the banner image for a channel.
What? Why would you need a watchdog? Like, why would you have to watch over a server? Is it like a moderator? And if it's just like a friend server, you don't really need anyone to watch it. So there's something weird going on here already, right? There's already something weird going on here. And why did brother record his shifts? You know? I'm saying it right now, these are fabricated, right? Like, let's be real. These are fabricated. This guy made this channel, recorded these videos, and then made a video about these videos. Right? I'm gonna go take a shower. Enjoy your shower. Hi, chat. I'll leave it on. It don't really matter. I think it's chill. Did I wash my hands? Yeah, I did. I got ghost soap. Like a little glow-in-the-dark ghost from Lush. It's delicious. Anyway.
Named cashing checks, but according to the player, Cash, he never filled out a form and has no idea how these people got his email. But out of curiosity, Cash decides to log on and check out this server. Cash loads in for his first night shift and is met with some signs welcoming him to the Outlook SMP. Now, the text on the signs seems to be a bit messed up.
Welcome to Thanks Outlook SMP. Felxel free text any items you made. We're sex hacks P. Hex yoks. Hex wix us today. Awesome.
Perhaps from like the server being upgraded from an older version. However, nothing else.
I mean, yeah, but so did Weefies. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm not denying that either. I'm not saying Weefies didn't, for sure. So far, this feels more so like, do you know, one of those like YouTube documentary style videos than like a real creepy storytelling campfire story, you know?
To be all too messed up. At least that is until. All right, I see exactly why this server needs some admin. It has been griefed to high hell. You would think though, that if Cash is supposed to admin for the server, he should probably have creative mode, maybe some operator perms, but instead he seems to be forcibly stuck in survival mode. But this doesn't really matter because no one appears to be online and Cash is pretty much free to explore wherever he wants.
So it is an open server,
As he
right?
explores this main area, he comes across a main conversation board of sorts. To the best I can read it, it says Goal 1, gather materials, equipment, etc. Goal 2, build main base. Goal 3, enjoy it all until he comes back. Of course, they're not going to tell us who he is, but beneath that it says,
they never do.
Do we have, would you say? And then in very faint text, we see 2 weeks maybe. So from this, we can assume that someone is coming back soon, and that seems to be a bad thing. But best case, it's nothing. Worst case, we could be looking at
that's trippy.
Sort of like stalker who keeps finding their way onto these people's Minecraft server. Cash certainly treats it like it's not important.
But then why would they leave signs, bro? Why'd they leave signs? Why would they type to each other with signs on the board? You know, there's literally a text chat. I'm sure they know each other offline as well. Like, why?
He moves swiftly along to just raiding these bases for items, but all of the items available to him are A, glitched, and B, pretty much useless. Cash speaks to us for the first time and says, quote, "They told me not to interfere with the world, but it seems like people already did." Well, this is helpful because it's clear Cash has had further correspondence with this watchdog thing. But the kicker here is Cash tells us that he doesn't even have a texture pack.
It looks like all these books are like disintegrating. Like they're leaving this reality. Like there's been Thanos snapped and they're mid turning to dust.
On right now, and even shows us. So the fact that he's seeing these textures and these items being the way they are is very, very weird. Cash informs us that the watchdog people told him that the daylight cycle is tied to real life, meaning that wherever these players are, it's nighttime for them. And Cash says it's nighttime for him as well, so they might even be in the same time zone. Eventually, though, Cash just decides to pillar up in the center of town and crank up his render distance to like watch over the area. Unfortunately, the second he does that, his PC starts to have an absolute crisis. Come on,
Jesus.
Cash, showing up unprepared for the job? You didn't buy a fancy PC when you got hired? Come on. Well, Cash, I would love to canonically recommend
Okay, he's talking shit on this guy. It's probably just some like fucking 12-year-old that wants pocket money, bro.
you an Ironside PC. I recently received a PC from them, and not only can it gorgeously play Minecraft, but it also looks gorgeous. Ironside has a variety of PC builds, and I chose to get their newest Terminal 1 design, which was quite the step up both mechanically and visually.
Chat.
The Ironside PC giveaway with the 800 that this shipping.
That's a long ad.
There's no and
Oh, that was a long ad.
go check it out in the limit until
I'm skipping it.
hears-
Don't hate me. Who just had an orgasm? Oh, sorry, someone just ripped gas real bad. That wasn't... Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Username.
You have been clocked out. Thank you for your time.
All right, let's talk about this, I guess. That was a goat horn that is in the vanilla game.
Oh, that's a goat horn?
That's something
I've never heard a goat horn in Minecraft before.
Without a player blowing into the horn. And as we can see, no one is online right after that noise is played, until we see a player join with just the username. Potentially, if Cash had been
Okay.
on tab when they did join, we might have been able to see like a player skin, but even that seems unknown. And I don't like unknowns. So let's start getting some knowns in here. Cash is
And I don't like unknowns.
back for another night shift, but this time when he logs on, that pillar he was on has been removed, so he just sort of... But once he respawns, he finds that his stuff is gone, and a message is sent into the chat.
Please do not intrude into the server/movement blocks or items.
To which Cash responds,
Yo, mama?
"Dude, you like got him, that was so good." Cash does indeed try to tread a bit more lightly, and he heads back to the house with
He was told not to intrude or interfere with anything. Bro instantly raids every chest, builds blocks up. Is he looking to not get paid?
the enchantment table again.
He will not be
Starts
cashing
looking
checks
through
by the end of
stuff,
this.
and by looking through stuff, I mean looking through stuff. He's going through chests, ripping through the bookshelves, and
Oh, shit.
a literal secret passageway in a bookshelf. Come on, it doesn't get much better than that. So Cash makes his way down and sees tunnels, seemingly man-made tunnels.
Yeah, that's a lot of tunnels I do.
Eventually finds another ladder that leads him up into a different one of the houses. So these tunnels essentially just connect each house together.
Okay.
It's finally at this point that Cash realizes the book
Kinda
he
cool.
grabbed is a book and quill, and he reads,
Don't listen to whatever he told you. It's probably lies. And if you are him, fuck you.
all right, some fighting words for this
Okay.
alleged him. But clearly, whatever this book is talking about is something that went
The idea that there's some, like, weird entity destroying this world, making it glitch out like this that everyone's scared of. They just left the book for him to say, fuck you. Like, can you just imagine God reading that one day? Seeing the fuck
on
you?
the server, and what that is remains to be seen. But eventually, Cash makes his way over to this signboard again, and this time, all the signs seem to be gone. This confirms at
Ruh-roh.
least that someone has been on this world since he was last logged on. And I believe Cash realized
Oh, so the pillar that you were standing on being gone and someone joining the server as you were kicked isn't a sign that someone joined and someone's been on. But the signs, yes, the signs.
because he decides to write a sign of his own, and he says,
Hello? Can anyone see this?
well, based off of that dark oak, no, I cannot. Jesus. He grabs some yellow dye so it's actually legible, and then continues.
Wait, you can dye
finds another
signs like
secret way
that?
into the tunnel.
Is that real? Is that vanilla? Is that
just
new?
freezes.
Am I an idiot?
Goes AFK for a while. When he does
I did not know
eventually,
this.
He says, quote, sorry, I think there was a deer outside or something. He then decides he wants to check out the nether, and he gets a block so that he can get in there, and of course he gets disconnected. You can call it a coincidence. I'm gonna call it tactical nerfing. Now, this whole mention of seeing something in real life, I'm personally going to chalk up to paranoia for now. I mean, you're doing a night shift. This is the second night that
Be a little
Cash has
dead,
presumably
isn't it?
stayed up late.
I guess,
and
maybe.
probably
You can just combine it with
gonna be
glowing? Oh,
paranoid
shit, I did not know that.
So with that
Fuck
being
you,
said,
Galby.
let's move to this
Blanket,
night
fuck
shift
you,
where
dude.
Some stuff goes down. We log back on, and we are immediately
We're
met
back
with
in.
another message from the Watchdog protocol saying,
Please stop modifying the server. Your game mode has been updated.
and unfortunately, it's correct. Cash is no longer in survival. He's in adventure mode now, which means he can't place or break blocks, which sucks because
What?
he has received a response. It says, yes, but who are you? And
Interesting.
Cash can't edit these signs anymore, so we don't know how Cash is going to be able to respond to, oh, yeah, that's smart. He can use the book. Cash writes into the book, hi, still me. My name is Cash. I was hired to watch over this server. Who are you? But Cash needs somewhere to put this book, and very smartly, he goes over to that bookshelf, assuming that if anyone else tries to use the secret passageway, they'll get the book and maybe see the message. But we have to
Interesting.
wait until...
Oh, you motherfucker.
And just like that, the book is gone. My
Oh,
heart
you
dropped.
motherfucker.
I thought this Watchdog protocol like had taken the book or something, but after a little bit, the book returns. Cash opens it and it reads, "You are what to watch over the server? Your typing is weird." It seems that when this person reads our text, it also has the weird X's. So Cash responds, "Someone hired me to watch over the server. I'm getting paid to log on and play." And then asks again, "Who are you?" He puts the book back, and then after a bit, we get a response that says, "I don't trust this, leave me alone." Cash tries to write back saying he's just as confused as they are, but after waiting a while, it's clear that this person has fully gone and isn't responding. He leaves the book there, but goes and tries to figure out some more information on anywhere this person could have gone. But this opens an interesting thing, because typically in Minecraft, there's always some sort of tell for where a person is. If they've got invisibility potions, you see the bubbles. Even if you use a command to get rid of the bubbles, you can see like ground particles. But in all of these shots where the player should...
There's nothing there at all.
There is nothing you can see of them. It is literally as though they are a ghost on this world. Cash is looking around in one of the other houses when he suddenly comes across
That ain't
a
scaring me,
very
big
well-hidden
guy.
barrel, and it has a book inside. Now, unfortunately, it's unsigned. However, it does have some very interesting text.
I know he's real. I hear him behind me all the time. I can feel his eyes watching me. No one ever believes me, but I know it's real.
Another classic, oh,
Okay.
someone's watching me trope. I'm bored. Can
Why is there just random books for it, though? They not interact with the world either?
I play Candy Crush on your phone?
I guess it was interacting with the signs. Why did you just log off? This is my thing with a lot of Minecraft ones right now. I'm like, just log off.
Anyway, as Cash looks around, he sees a weirdly placed button, and upon pressing it, it actually opens a secret door. But right as he goes down it, his game crashes. A message pops up from him saying that this is pretty typical for his PC, and eventually he logs back in.
Okay.
When he does, Cash tells us,
I gave my friend the server IP so he could log on and check this out with me.
This guy's a fucking idiot, bro. Like, if he was taking this serious like a job, he wouldn't be interfering in the world. He wouldn't be exploring much. He'd just be standing there, chilling, holding out, getting the free fucking money, tabbing out, watching Gossip Girl. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. But instead, he's really fucking with things here.
But when he tried to get on, it said he wasn't whitelisted.
There you go.
But I never sent that email, my gamer tag.
oh,
Possible theory. There wasn't a whitelist when you first joined this server, but after you joined the server, they then whitelisted you, because this is now your, what, third or fourth shift?
boy. So for those
That's
who don't
not
know,
that
whitelisting
difficult.
on Minecraft basically lets only select gamer tags to be allowed on to a Minecraft server, but you need to know their gamer tag in order to do this. And according to Cash, he never sent these people his gamer tag.
That is peculiar.
Somehow,
That is strange. I'll
his
give you
player
that.
was whitelisted. This just confuses me.
You just say he wasn't whitelisted to start with, then he was after he joined, and then they turned the whitelist on. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a whitelist to start with. That's all. Okay, but like, I would be so curious if anything weird ARG stuff was to happen to me, and you're telling me to log off. Okay, that's a good point. If there was some weird shit happening on the server that's really unexplainable, I would. It depends how hard my heart was pounding. I just got here. Is this true crime for the Minecraft generation? It's more like Ghost Hunters for the Minecraft generation. You know what I'm saying? Close Encounters or something, you know? But it's good. So far, the Wi-Fi's one has been more enthralling and creepy. This is more so like a story.
Further, because the only person we've talked to on this server
The editing's
has
amazing in
no
this, though.
idea who Cash is, so they certainly wouldn't have whitelisted him to the server, right? And this world was also very clearly griefed, so if it had a whitelist the whole time, that couldn't happen. Anyway, Cash makes his way back over to where he was and drops back down into just the tunnels again. But we see a very quick glimpse of like,
Ooh.
a passageway opening. And
Okay.
He makes his way over to it, and tries to find whatever button or trigger just opened it, but there's nothing around. But Cash is actually a genius, and he tells us to hold on because he has an idea. And he comes back and shows us that he's downloaded an X-ray shader pack. He's realized
It's that easy?
this is another redstone door. He can try to figure out where it's located and
It's
what
that easy to X-ray.
And when he takes a look, we can see that there's a skulk sensor that seems to be what opens this door. But
It's that
Cash,
easy.
for the life of him, cannot trigger it. There's nothing I can see
This whole
that says
time?
why this wouldn't work, and clearly someone just triggered the skulk sensor because the door opened. But
Yeah.
eventually Cash just takes a break from his computer, and we see the screen go black again. And Cash basically explains that he saw something outside his window again, and he went to take a picture of it. And he shows it to us, and it is corrupted badly. Cash puts up some arrows of like what we're supposed to be looking at.
Bush driveway eyes. I see a little bit of pavement there. I don't know if I see two glowing things as eyes though, my
Weirdest thing
guy.
about this all to me is Cash never acknowledges that the image is corrupted. Cash says there are often a lot of deer in his yard, so he just went back.
I guess.
He is truly just walking down this hallway, and I don't know about y'all, but
Oh shit.
Cash's reflexes are insane. You can hear the skulk sensor go off, the door opens.
That is crazy
He's
reflexes.
Just barely able to make it inside.
Oh shit, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. If that was me, I would have heard it. No, I'd have to take my hands out of my pants before I could turn around again, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus.
But inside,
I'll be too distracted.
Cash turns around and is in this massive room of sorts. There's two sets of books at the end.
Okay.
When Cash opens them, we are met with this monstrosity. And there are several like pages of these.
It's like a
inside
code, huh?
Different books. Now, luckily, Cash shows it all to us, so I can give you a breakdown. Let's take a look at this first
Okay.
page, right? We can see that aside from all this gibberish, there seems to be a lot of X's in here. Now,
Yes.
the X's are all over this server, so I think that this is so confusing because it's like two different encoding methods on top of each other. So I'm going to ignore the X's
Is this really just another interpretation of the King in Yellow?
and try to figure out what
Because in Weefy's video, there also was a cipher that was double ciphered up on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? But lucky for him, he had a pickaxe.
the original encoding process is. X's aside, all of these words end in OW. And now this rung a bell, but I didn't know why. And after some Googling, I realized it's because this is basically how Pig Latin works. In Pig Latin, you take a word, you rip off the first consonants, and you put it at the end, and then you add AY. I remember this because back in like grade school, kids would like make their own languages by just changing the AY to something else, and it would sound like a pretty distinct language. And in this case, they seem to have chosen OW as the ending sound.
Wow.
So if you take this text, remove all the ows, we're actually closer to legible text.
Okay.
And all we have to do is move any consonants from the end to the front. However, with so many X's
Oh,
in
shit.
these, it makes it really hard to know when there's a consonant or not. So, to the best of my knowledge, what this says is, this is a basic sentence, so you can practice the new code. Remember that the code word is ow. I'm a way, iterale, enius gay. I'm a genius.
Is a penis gay?
Let's look at another page, shall we? If we remove the ows, shift consonants to the front, and fix the X's that are obvious, we read, do you actually believe him? I think he's a hacker that somehow keeps finding us or something. Now, upon initially reading this, I thought whoever is talking here was talking about Cash. It speaks about whether or not they want to believe him and how he keeps finding us. But this text is towards the beginning of
No, it's gonna be the same guy, the same he that they were talking about on the surface, surely. The same guy that's, I guess, corrupting the server. Just like the corrupted picture of the two eyes outside Cash's window.
the first book. So this maybe took place a while ago, and I think this because there's a page on the other book that reads like this. Hey, I just spoke with someone who seemed to be the same person who wrote on the signs. Says his name is Cash. Something something was hired to watch over the server. If he's playing a trick on us, it's a weird trick to play. I don't know. Basically, this person is talking about Cash. And this is clearly whoever spoke with Cash prior. It literally mentions it by name. But
Yeah.
this leaves into question who the book was talking about prior. It talks about he again, and that he keeps finding us. Now, to me, that could mean maybe they're hiding from like a stalker almost that keeps getting into their server. Going back to Cash on
Not
the
a
server,
stalker.
he gets kicked off pretty soon after, and it's clear that someone doesn't want him in there because when he logs on for his next shift, he is told that his location will be reset every minute. What does that mean? Well, basically, as he's wandering around, after a minute goes by, he is just teleported right back to the start. And Cash tries to
Why is he making this job so hard for himself, though, you know?
continue looking around for new information or anyone to talk to, but with his location getting reset so often, he gives up and says that he's just gonna sit here and get paid, which is fair. And
He finally figures it out. 4 days in, he figures out the infinite money glitch. Good job, guy.
it's at that point that we see Editor Cash come on back and says that he fell asleep while just sitting there on the server, which adds up. This man has stayed up so late, so many nights. But he tells us that when he looked back at the footage, he saw this happen.
Uh-oh, a chest. And it opens.
Cash says that he'll check that chest next time he logs on. But come on, is it ever that easy? Because Cash logs on again.
Uh-oh. I guess it's the server that doesn't exist, huh? The fuck is that? Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the old, like, lock screen on your PC? And it was on standby? And it'd have just, like, the weird pipes that just, like, infinitely loop and stretch? Please say you know what I'm saying. This music is eerie. Oh, we can break again. Okay. Kelp driven with pipes, only laying them. It's a beautiful house. Someone spent a little bit of time on that. Hey, that's beautiful. It's a good bit of architecture right there.
Did you see that? When Cash walked inside, the textures all seemed to change.
Did they?
When he walks back out, right back to normal. It's clear Cash notices this, but all he has to say on the matter is wild, and then he continues
How do
to
they
look around
change?
this house. For
In what
once,
way?
The chests actually have items, not some distorted.
Seems like a normal survival house. There you go.
Items. And there's furnaces, there's a bed.
Everything's all in
It truly
stacks,
seems
though.
to be
You know,
a
it's
normal
sussy when
house.
everything's in
However,
stacks
when he
like
gets to
that.
this top floor, he's looking through chests and sees a painting. And when he checks it, there's
Easy
a
clap.
secret room behind it, covered in signs that seem to be like a journal of sorts. It's
New textures to old. Oh, dude, imagine you went back in time. It's so corrupted. He's now gone to an older state of the game.
the first time
A state of the game where someone is trapped.
we've seen signs that don't have X's all over them, and they read,
They promised me that I won't be left out again. They went to fight the dragon without me. They said they thought I wasn't online.
Dude, this is literally the story of my life as a kid, playing with friends. This is so sad right now.
Swear I didn't show up in the tab menu. Yeah, right.
Cash mentions that he had people not showing up the tab menu earlier.
They helped me build my base some more. They just feel bad for me. I'm tired. Barely anyone is playing anymore. I don't know why I keep playing.
This is interesting, but also a little too on the nose. I feel as though we've seen so much information get
Okay.
distorted that the fact that that isn't makes
I-
me not
I
want to trust it.
Don't really
But
know what to go
essentially what's happening
with from
here-
there.
Was this? That wasn't there before,
This was not there before.
right? The answer, of course, is no. But Cash makes his way down this staircase, and we are met with signs in just all
Okay.
caps, screaming at us more or less, and we even have our X's that seem to have returned. I'll let you pause if you want to read any of this. It's mostly generic ooky spooky stuff, but
Ooky spooky stuff. It's so quiet now. Why is it so empty and quiet? Am I still supposed to be here or not? Can't even play anymore. I'm stuck watching. They can't see me. I'm standing right here. I have to make myself known. Everyone will know I'm watching them.
The scary thing is
Motherfucker. Bitch, who's at my door?
this is the first time on this server that we have heard movement of another player. And the weird thing is, we heard a door open, but all of the doors are exactly how Cash left them prior. Cash goes to return to that base.
Yeah, it did not close, huh?
Immediately clocked out. This was a lot of information, and I want you to tuck everything you just saw in the back of your mind as I go into what comes next.
The back, okay,
Cash
done.
posted on his community tab that he was able to get onto the normal server again and check that chest before he was immediately clocked out. But he took 2 screenshots of the 2 pages, and they look like this.
Okay.
We read, I'm going out on a limb and trusting you are who you say you are. But to be safe, you gotta solve this. The answer is right in front of you, then right. And on the next page, we see
What the fuck is this? These URLs, eh?
multiple of like a link that's been jumbled, and whoever did this is very smart because they pasted it several times to account for the X glitch. I tried some
Oh, that's good. That's real good. That's smart, that is. Is overlay it on top of each other enough?
basic ciphers online before I decided to use that big
Oh, it would be so conniving if there was actually an X in it, though.
old juicy brain I got upstairs, and I realized that in front of Cash, presumably, all the time, is a keyboard. So this is probably just a keyboard cipher where you take your keyboard.
It's in front of you, then to the right, it's his mouse?
So if you do that with our lovely gibberish here, we get a YouTube link to an unlisted video that is just a black screen, but with this audio.
It's honestly so stupid that I'm even doing this, but just in case you're a real person, somehow you should know what's going on. This is a Minecraft server where my friends and I play Minecraft on, and it's just normal until we started getting harassed by this guy, and he kept making his way onto our server to the point where we got a new one. Then he found that one, but no matter what we do, he won't leave us alone. Joe, one of my friends, thinks it's a literal ghost because we even tried banning his IP, but it didn't stop him.
Okay.
Basically, around the time it started, one of my friends did this whole thing where he convinced us that there's this thing called the God Watcher or something.
The what?
Just a Bloody Mary knockoff. She said the name 3 times.
God Watcher, God Watcher, God Watcher.
It would come, yada yada. Anyway, you're not even gonna find this thing.
This is quite the interesting story, but I agree with whoever's speaking here. Odds are this God Watcher thing was just a prank made up by a friend. Why are the letters moving?
Hold on a fucking second.
Oh my god, guys, no way! Sorry, I'll take this seriously. Basically, the God Watcher is a...
Okay, he kinda killed that.
The Minecraft Entities Wiki, and it says...
The Minecraft Entities Wiki. What the fuck is that? Am I too old for that? Can someone enlighten me? Oh, Damon, good to see you. Didn't know this stranger streamed anymore. Unfortunately, I do still stream. And you're stuck with it. It's just not really sap anymore. What is happening? We're watching a spoopy Minecraft video again. And we're learning a lot more about it. We're digging in. We're learning about God Watcher. Have you ever heard of the God Watcher? It is a Minecraft entity.
God Watcher is an urban myth long lost to Minecraft versions gone by. It is rumored to be a spirit that chose to live in the digital world of Minecraft rather than pass on to the next life.
Okay.
God Watcher implores the player to say its name 3 times while placing a poppy each time. This not only grants the God Watcher into your world, but also ties it to your player so that wherever you go, it may follow. However, there's a part that talks about the different
Gotta place a
things that
poppy.
this entity will do to players. And the one that stands out the most is how it says the most consistent occurrence is an increase in coal generation on every world the player joins. Earlier in these videos, I had noticed that in these tunnels,
There's a lot of coal.
Massive amount of coal in the
Even
wall,
super deep.
Especially since if it were me, I would have
Okay.
mined all of that to get some torches or something. But now I'm starting.
I only know Notch. Isn't Notch just the the guy who made it? I didn't know who was like an entity. Is Notch his own entity in this now? I don't know, dude. I'm not caught up on the Minecraft lore. I just play the game casually. They really be letting anyone be a Minecraft myth, huh? But the God Watcher, he sounds scary, you know? Lots of coal.
Ready to think that Cole is there for a very different reason.
I thought he was him and Herobrine. Herobrine is like the OG myth, right? And I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, I swear I saw him once. I swear I saw him once as a kid on my Minecraft. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I swear I saw him. I swear. I was like 12, and I was in the mines, and he was in there with me. At the end of one of my strip mines, watching me. But I never really told anyone. I told a couple people, and they thought I was capping, so I just, like, buried it deep down. Anyway.
And judging by the fact that this article talks about how it torments people and makes them see things that aren't there, I'm a bit worried.
A tall black figure. Interesting.
The next video isn't Cash logging onto the server, but instead, it's him talking in a Google Doc with someone.
Okay.
And it appears to be that same mystery person who created that video. Based off the channel name before, I'm gonna call this person...
Hey, Nuna.
I'm a tall black figure.
How do I respond to that? I know. Yeah, you are. Is that good? Is that a good response? Thank you for the sub, Nuna. I appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome in. We're watching a Minecraft scary video right now. Honestly, I don't know if I'm feeling this one as much as the Wi-Fi's, but it's still enjoyable. Let's keep going.
Riley, and Riley says that she's still really paranoid, and Cash says that's fine. I think you have a reason to be. Cash re-explains everything we know about this whole getting hired thing, but actually does mention that he has gotten paid from these people, that they sent him like $42. Cash asks Riley to tell him more about this whole God.
$42? How much time did he clock up? Did we see how much time he's actually worked? That actually might be like an okay hourly rate.
Thing. And before Riley can respond, a notification pops up for Cash of a Ring doorbell. I don't know if this is important, but I'm legally obligated to tell you about it, so.
Ring. Oh, so that is literally the same camera that he had, the same angle at the front, right? 'Cause that's the pathway. So the deer was on the right. That was the glowing eyes. Why is the house all pixelated like it's Minecraft?
Pushes off.
$4 per hour, wasn't it? I have no clue. I don't know how many hours it was. I don't know if it said the rate somewhere. Maybe I missed that because I was too busy like talking shit about him. I don't know.
I watched a thing saying it was just a thing that her old friends made up on their first SMP, and Cash asks if they still have that server, and Riley says that they actually do. Cash logs on to this very distorted Minecraft server.
Oh shit.
The last server doesn't even hold a torch.
It said it's the oh okay.
Level of messed up. And Cash is literally just looking around this.
Yeah, this place is fucked.
And trying to find anything of you.
What?
Trying to find anything of you.
Okay, so now it's Saw. Bro's gonna turn left, isn't he? Oh, it's the horn. Oh, nope, he goes right. Oh, are the roles now reversed? Is this FNAF? Bro, is this FNAF? Oh, this is FNAF, bro. This is FNAF. You're right. Bro's playing FNAF in Minecraft. That's crazy. I'm just hoping Toy Chica turns up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm looking at you. You know what I'm fucking saying. Sorry, I'm ruining the moment. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the moment. That's pretty cool. Using a furnace with coal to try and keep the lights on. Where the hell is Glamrock? Glamrock Freddy's a real thing? Bro's running. He doesn't like the horn. Okay, so brother just starts playing FNAF in Minecraft while smelting iron. It's morning.
Now, whatever that was, I certainly didn't enjoy it, but it seems to be morning. And Cash actually goes back to that document he was talking to Riley on. And Riley says, I forgot the last time I played on this server was on my old account, so neither of us are whitelisted and can't get on. And Cash says, I was able to get on.
Motherfucker.
I don't understand how this keeps happening. Cash is somehow once again whitelisted for a server he shouldn't be on. Cash goes back to playing on the server and exploring his way around, and he...
Would you do this for $4 an hour? 100%. I mean, I'm watching him do this for like $2 an hour right now on stream, if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? If you do the math, I've had 2 subs today, we're at 2 hours, I'm watching him do this. Yeah.
He makes his way
That's double my normally rate, you know what I'm saying?
This room,
I'm down.
that didn't seem to be there before. And upon going inside, we see an area that has 3 spots.
The poppies.
Poppies. Cash
Oh,
pulls out
shit.
the document again, and we can see that Riley is just going crazy.
Whatever you do, don't say its name. Or place the dandelions. Or whatever it was. He's gonna do it, isn't he? It seems dumb. Okay. I do got chills.
Cash's next video is him playing on a seemingly brand new server when suddenly Riley joins. Cash walks over to her and says, hey, to which she says, Cash replies and says it's because he took care of the whole God Watcher thing.
What does that even mean?
Cash says, well, you said it was tied to your friend's Minecraft account, right?
Oh. So now it's now tied to him instead.
Cash says, well, I moved it to mine. And Cash says because all he had to do was deactivate his account and buy a new one. And I didn't notice before, but his gamertag has changed from cashing checks to checks cashed.
That's
goes on to
smooth.
that
That's
the
fucking smooth.
God Watcher took care of the bill. Apparently, $42 is just enough for a new Minecraft account and a large pizza.
Ooh, okay. He smoothed it. That's kind of big brain. Would've. Fluffer, good to see you. Welcome back, Lee. What do you mean would've? Why is she black and white, by the way? Was she always black and white? Am I tripping? What? Riley is God Watcher.
It was no coincidence that Cash was in the same time zone as the
You
people on this
motherfucker.
server. He was one of the people that played on this server. That's why he was whitelisted on every server he joined. He wasn't the next person the God Watcher would torment. He was the current. It somehow convinced him that he was a whole other person trying to solve this mysterious server.
What? So it like wiped his memory that he was playing on his server after being in this loop of like being God Watchered. And he thinks he's a new person being hired to play on this server. Huh? Cobra and Fluffer, good to see you. Hello? What am I watching? I'm watching. I got hired to watch over a server that doesn't exist. It's a spoopy Minecraft video where we've currently found out this guy forgot that this is his Minecraft server, and that's why he's whitelisted on it, because he was like, huh, it's weird, I can have access to this server. And he was paid to look after it. And then there's like weird shit happening, and he keeps following it and tracking it all down. He learns about this thing called a God Watcher. Huh.
All to remember just how wrong he was. The next day after this video was posted, Cash's profile picture changed to this image.
Watchdog.
Since I've edited this video, I went back to Riley's channel, and at some point, it was also changed to that same image.
It's Watchdog.
I have not been able to get into contact with either of them.
Okay. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think, I'm gonna say it. This was good, but watching the Wi-Fi's one first really set the bar so fucking high. The God Watcher gets a bit quirkier. Nah, yeah. Bruh. $4 an hour? That's Five Nights at Freddy's bad pay. Oh my god. The fact that Cash has a blue FNAF OC skin? How would you know it's a FNAF OC skin? If it's an OC? Is that just me? Or do you just tell it's FNAF? Am I an idiot? This is more goofy, which loses some of the aura. Yeah. It looks like an animal, I guess. I guess so. Why does nothing exist? Oh god. Next video title. I just found out that you, the viewer, does not exist. I wish I didn't. Fuck me. Why are the letters moving? Oh my god, guys, no way. He's so unserious, I'm giggling. It is very unserious, huh? It's kind of jokey with it. I like the story. This was, out of 10, I'm gonna start ranking these, bro. Wi-Fi's, that, I don't want to rank it a 10, but that has really set the bar so high. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. The Wi-Fi's video we watched. Searching for a world that doesn't exist. That was the one, right? That was, I'm gonna call that one 9.5. That's like S tier. I don't know how it gets that much better. Maybe more information, like a less of an open ending, is how you make it that 10. But it was so well made. This was like a 7. It was still kind of spooky now and again. The editing was really good, but the pacing felt kind of meh. And the payoff was like, huh? But overall fun. Will there be a part 2 of that one? No? Probably not. There probably won't be a part 2 of this. I'm hoping there's a part 2 of the other one, the Wi-Fi's one. Which leads me to, though, want to watch more Wi-Fi's videos, because we watched a couple the other day. We watched Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist and Solving the Matchbox Mystery. Both these were really good videos. But I think we should watch a different one. That video definitely raising the bar, yeah. I think we watch another one. There's Something Watching Me. I can't tell if this video is like ongoing. I get you. I get you.
Hello.
Oh, that caught me off guard. Jesus Christ. I think in the future, stuff like that will get even better. It's such a new idea to storytell. Just with the character walking around. Yeah. I mean, let's be real. This is like only storytelling. And this is all like fabricated as well, which makes it even more impressive that they're able to like not only make grown adults like unks like me sit down and watch the whole fucking 30-minute video, but I'm sure they have like loads of kids. Loads of fucking Zoomers watching this shit as well. Like watching a whole 30 minutes locked in. Because you know, there's fucking kids out there, like 12-year-olds watching these videos and being like, oh my god, don't summon the God Watcher. The fucking God Watcher's coming, guys. I told my friend not to summon the God Watcher. And then when anything weird or peculiar happens in their Minecraft world, like something isn't as they left it or remember how they left it, they're like, oh my god, it's the fucking God Watcher, guys. Kids are 100% like that. I was like that, bro. I was like that. Alright, I think we watch another Wi-Fi's one, because I'm actually really enjoying these. These are really fun. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Am I interested in other games than Minecraft? If they're really good videos, I'm down. I love the ignorant observer trope in stories. It's good. It's creepy, though. I like that. I like the eeriness. I like it. I think we're going to get going, though. I think we're going to do it. That last video, good. I'm going to give it 7. Not the pinnacle, but great. Like, in the world that doesn't exist, the video protagonist is kind of nonchalant. He is kind of nonchalant. He is. He's, like, so smart, though. Which I think is why he's so nonchalant. I feel like if he was an idiot, he'd be way more scared and a bitch about things. But for some reason, this guy was like Sherlock Holmes and was figuring everything out. The unlucky for you, I've got a pickaxe is... It's legendary, man. It's legendary. I think we watch this one, though. I think we go on to another. I put a vid in React Handy. I'll check it out after this one. I think this one's going to be good. I hope. It's a 47-minute... Yeah, we've got time. You can check it later. We'll watch. I'm sure we'll have time. Alright, but we're gonna watch There's Something Watching Me by Weefies. Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist was an amazing video. And it set the bar for these types of videos so fucking high. So let's hope one of his previous iterations or previous installments of a similar type is just as good. Let's go.
Hello, I'm playing the Let's Play World. I made a farm.
The player you're watching right now goes by the username Navy208. He chats to us casually as
Dig up my guy?
his house and his farm.
In the Navy.
Unaware that he's being watched.
Is he
The story
Squidward?
begins with a series of relatively normal YouTube videos, but skyrockets down a deeply strange and unsettling rabbit hole, with multiple
Yeah.
players going missing and something very unnatural just watching. But let's rewind a
Oh, I did not like that eye still. I did not like that eye still. That was creepy.
little back to Navy, who starts off his first video wondering what happened to his skin, though we don't get much context.
Okay, so he wasn't meant to look like Squidward. Okay, my bad. I feel bad now. Now it's like he's got some sort of skin condition. I'm spreading rumors that he's having like plastic surgery to turn into Squidward or something. I'm giving him the Michael Jackson treatment. That's not nice. My bad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What makes the video work so well is the fact that the Giga Genius and Still Lost, yeah, searching for a world that doesn't exist, the protagonist was so fucking smart and still lost. That is true. Maybe we have to wait for the next one to find out if it was in vain. Alright, let's continue.
What exactly is wrong? He gives us a tour of his house, his mildly lackluster farm,
That's a
and
cute
his
farm.
strangely ambiguous green block atop a tree. Navy then shows us some of the land and expands the back of his house and ends the recording there, picking up where he left off in his second
I love his
video
boots.
titled Windows. He tries using
Hello.
as fuel despite having 17 coal and... Wait. There it is. Atop a hill
What?
in the distance.
What?
For just a second, we can get a glimpse of a strange black block watching Navy with two eyes. Navy doesn't notice it though, and continues
I wouldn't notice that
walking
either.
around his base unaware. He comes back to the furnace. The door didn't smelt, so he swaps in coal. He digs holes for the windows. The glass continues to smelt. The block still on the hill outside. Navy leaves the house, looking around.
I'm so scared.
No. He harvests his cacti, evidently unaware he's being watched. Or is he pretending? His items finish smelting. His coal runs dry. He places in the windows of the house, one by one by one by one, avoiding the spot with the block on the hill. He digs a tunnel into the basement of his sandstone foundation. He tiles his floor with cobblestone. The video ends.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. That was so creepy, so eerie, so suspense. Full? Is that the word? Is that a good word? Is that a word that works? That's what I was missing in that last video.
Nothing happens.
It's the music.
But there's a detail of this footage that I left out. At the start of the video, we see the chat history between Navy and a player called BaseXD. Yo, I'm back.
Bro, that's the sort of name I would have. I say XD all the time.
Yeah, I'll come back later. Okay, I'll record a video. The two then talk about a sheep and Base logs off. But remember Base because this isn't the last we'll see of him. The first two videos so far have been odd but pretty subtle. However, video 3...
Brother gets more videos than him putting windows on a fucking Minecraft hut than I get eating every flavor of Buldak noodles and then shitting them out. That's crazy. Man's talented. Hold on a second, what did I miss?
The black block from before has now totally consumed Navy's base with fire, but Navy returns in the next video to no trace of it. Instead, a sign just saying sunlight. Interestingly, as Navy tours the rubble, we can see the black block is now gone from its perch on the hill. In its stead, however, the solid green blocks we saw in video 1 have now replaced Navy's cacti. Navy is clearly puzzled and continues to walk around the world, unsure what to even make of it all.
Bro, I gotta say, Navy's PC is a fucking pile of dookie, bro. He's running a wooden PC or something, man. It's running like it's some like 2016 Minecraft. What is this?
Also,
is he playing on console?
The arm in this video isn't the blue skin we've seen before. Instead, it's a regular Steve. The sun sets, and the video ends with Navy walking over to a pumpkin patch. The next video, titled Watching, is just 7 seconds of the black blocks. Nothing else. So we know these black blocks are important, but this then begs the obvious question, what is their purpose? Why did they burn down Navy's house? And who's watching him? We don't know much yet, but we get a better idea of what's going on here when we take a look at the description of the last video. The message
a description?
Like total...
How the fuck does that clear anything up? Oh yeah, my bad. KW4M, 6SA, GOK4, what? My bad, how was I so silly? Brother.
Gibberish, but if you attach it
Explain.
to the end of a YouTube URL...
Why is it always the end of a YouTube URL? Why is it every single time? Just throw this random bit of gibberish on the end of a YouTube URL? Yeah, it'll work. Does that work in real life? Can someone type some random text in chat and I'm going to copy and paste it to the end of a YouTube URL and see if I get a good video?
It takes you to an unlisted video on Navy's channel. Inside, the footage is very strange. It's of a player with a pumpkin on
In fact, I'm going to put one in the comment section of this video. Completely random. Copy paste at the end of YouTube URL. See what it is.
Head and an inventory containing a nether star, 5 space-looking blocks, 2 tulips, and a book. But
well,
this isn't any inventory.
How's brother got a nether star though?
Levels as what Navy
how's he got a nether star though? Bro doesn't even have windows in his house anymore.
He had in the last video right before he walked up to a pumpkin patch. The player, Navy or not, walks back to the house to find 3 signs on a
Navy or not, this isn't Navy.
Cosmic block of sorts. We can't make out 2 of the signs. This one might say base, but the 3rd sign is in plain sight. Base with a lot of ease. The player keeps
Are we bringing back E?
a little before
Shout out E.
Ends, and there's also a comment from Navy himself. The night is approaching. But what does it mean? It's obvious that this might have something to do with base XD, but the connection isn't really obvious. My first reaction is that maybe Navy was captured. It does seem like his XP amount, but what happened to his inventory is a mystery. All we do know is that from here on, things are going to get far stranger, as in the next video, The Eye That Watches, Navy abandons his base, puts a brick in his hotbar, and sets off into the desert.
So now his skin's back to normal, and he doesn't have the pumpkin, he's got no nether star, he's got none of the black blocks, nor the poppies. Is this the God fucking Watcher again? Hold up. Was there 3 poppies? There's only 2. Okay, maybe it's not the God Watcher again. Man, if it was the God Watcher, that'd be crazy. The music go crazy in this, though. It was hitting some crazy background music. I'm surprised none of this is copyrighted. None of this is copyrighted, thanks to the sponsor of this video, Epidemic Sound. No, I'm not sponsored. This guy probably has Epidemic Sounds. That's probably all it is.
With just a brick in his hot
Something like that.
Sets off into the desert. In the top corner of the screen, we can see the black block back atop a tree.
How do you spot that shit, bro? How do you spot that?
His house and keeps walking, seemingly unaware of the black blocks that line the rim of every body of water.
Okay, you'd spot that. You'd see that.
Doesn't notice, or for some reason
he's pretending.
Not to. He
for sure.
Continues until he reaches a savanna plateau. He climbs over the edge of a hill.
What did that say?
Until he reaches a savanna.
This is the same area where Inside was recorded, by the way. I forgot to point it out.
On a plateau.
What's Inside?
Over the edge of a hill and sees red cows. Surely he should react, but he doesn't. He keeps walking until there's no excuse not to see it anymore. Navy stares at the cows.
Why are they black and red?
Something is evidently wrong with Navy's world, and maybe even Navy himself, given his lack of a reaction, but we don't get much time to think it over, since the next video takes us into a completely different world. The video titled Forest notably doesn't have Navy's usual skin, and is in a
the aspect ratio shift, okay.
far worse quality than before.
Yeah.
The video consists of a player hiding from a skeleton, burrowing
Bloody
down
hell.
into the ground, and only when they think the coast is clear, running off into the dark of night, just in time for the sun to rise. A minute in, we see a suspiciously dark block, but it may just
He's
be
back.
a lighting issue. Though while this video itself doesn't have much out of the normal, its description sure does. The text is
Why are they all so cryptic, bro? Who knows binary like this?
encoded in zeros and ones, binary, and translating it to English using an online decoder
It translates to, man, shorty, that gat is so delicious. Throw it back for me one time.
gives us this string. Don't kill the animal.
My bad. I'm sorry. I need to brush with my binary. That was bad. I'll practice. I'll get better.
Or that will be mad. Is the that referring to the dark block we saw, or is it something else entirely? And whose gameplay even is this? Is it an earlier Navy or someone else? Until further
I do know one thing. Brother needs to activate his fucking Windows, bro. Just go grab a key from online. There's free keys that people give you. You just go use an enterprise one or something that people give out on Reddit. You'll be fine. Trust me.
whose gameplay even is this? Is
Motherfucker.
it an earlier Navy or someone else? Until further notice, I'll call this person Steven, and we see
Shout out Steven.
start off his next video killing a pig, which might not
told
be
not
the
to.
smartest move, I can't lie. Steven stumbles around the plains.
Pig
in
is haram,
the
brother.
night, nothing strange, but as he comes up over a hill, he freezes. He notices a witch before booking it in the opposite direction, running through a crowd of mobs, tanking hit after hit, until again the video ends with him dying. But this time, the
One
description
score.
of the video isn't just a cryptic message. Translating the zeros and ones, we get a
Fuck.
link to an unlisted video titled experimentbase.json. Again, we have a new skin.
Shout out, Jason.
This time red and blue, but the structure they're standing in front of is even more peculiar. It seems to be some sort of shrine made out of blocks we can't exactly identify, with an end portal frame on top.
It's
The player
obviously
stares
obsidian.
down for a few seconds before jumping into the vast ocean in front of them. And that's it. What we just watched is odd, but it isn't obvious how it connects to either Navy or Steven. But luckily, we can tune right back into Steven's story, as the next video picks up with him walking through a savannah, and then this happens. Hey.
Shout out base. Type back. Type back. Who are you? Show your face.
Steven turns to run, taking shelter in a nearby cave, shaking his head no, but Base says to come closer, and
What?
Steven obliges. The video ends abruptly with a brief chat message.
Oh, I couldn't even make
at
base
bottom
out,
of
bro. The
story.
quality's so bad.
This is the fourth time the
This is what the video looks like, by the way.
The
This isn't
second
me.
time We've seen it directly on a player. So does this base have anything to do with the base XD we saw in Navy's videos? It could be, but whoever he is, it seems Steven is irrationally scared of the guy, yet also obedient given he comes back when
Obedient,
Base
you say?
asks him to. It's not enough to draw any conclusions yet. All we can do is follow the story, which takes us to the video port, where Steven, I assume, is building up a little house by the beach. The video
So
is
cute.
extremely normal until 26 seconds in, the screen goes black and this text appears. It then cuts back like nothing happened and Steven finishes the port. But okay, this wasn't an ordinary message. It's clearly some sort
And it turns out, if you copy paste this and put it at the end of a YouTube URL, it's actually a video of your mother throwing it back.
code, and decoding the message from base 64, which you can identify by the two equal signs at the end, gets you another
Oh,
link
my
to an
bad.
unlisted video. Inside
Hold?
2. If you remember
No.
inside 1, this
I was close.
video also has someone with a
I was
pumpkin on
close.
their head, but this time the space blocks are gone and it's just some tulips and another pumpkin.
Okay.
In the corner, we can see a pig held captive in a little plot of glass with the sign underneath saying this: Tom, the last pig on Earth.
Uh-oh.
The player places a tulip and it cuts there. And from what I understand so far, we're watching
They're in
three
creative,
stories
bro.
unfold.
He's in creative. Look.
Cuts there. And
He put the toilet down, but he still got it in his hotbar.
From what I understand so far, we're watching 3 stories unfold all at once. One is the story of Navy, the player we started this mystery with, who is just showing us around his base while being watched by a strange dark block in the distance. The dark blocks become more and more prevalent, and Navy runs into more and more anomalies before his footage suddenly runs cold. We then get the story of Steven, another player who, like Navy, is seemingly also just trying to play Minecraft, and if the next video is any indication, is also about to run into something strange.
The entity.
We have the Inside Man.
Alright, Calbit's time. Oil up. What are you gonna do? Cook me or something? What do you want me to oil up for?
Figure with a pumpkin on
Mods?
his head that seems to
I'm
be
joking.
more
He's
in
good.
the know
He's good.
as to what's going on, given he's had direct access to the cosmic blocks themselves. Not to mention, assuming that Inside Man isn't Navy, we know he has access to Navy's world as well. It's also very possible that this Inside 2 video was recorded on the same island where Steven built his port, in which case Inside Man has access to both worlds. And I'd even wager that this Inside Man might also be the same person we see in experiment-base.json, given the weird nature of that video.
Who the fuck's Tom?
Base, though, both Navy and Steven have had interactions with someone.
That's what I want to know.
Base. Though, to be fair, Navy's base seemed totally normal, while Steven's base, well, you know. It's unclear what the connection between these 3 stories exactly is yet, but we know that there's at least some link between Inside Man and Navy, and, well, as I alluded to, Steven is also about to get roped into the fray. Steven starts off this video, again, killing a pig, a decision which may not be most wise and doesn't go very long unpunished.
Motherfucker, I didn't think that would jump scare me, you piece of shit.
Strange crying entity following close behind. It isn't that scary of a creature, but its existence is definitely abnormal. Why is this?
I just got jump scared by a fucking mob spawning in front of him, bro. I'm such a little bitch.
To make sure that the thing isn't there anymore.
I'm sorry, mother. You raised a wuss. What's that sound?
He walks back into his house before tearing down the door and boarding himself in, and that's the last we see from him. The description of this video,
like he can't punch through.
64 URL, but this time it's part of a Mediafire link to an image called ttlo.png. The link is broken, and we can't actually download the image. We now almost surely know that Navy and Steven are both being watched and tracked down by someone, but that someone's intentions are still very much unknown. Is it really for killing animals? Well, killing animals, especially pigs, has been a recurring motif in the series. Navy, as you may notice, only feasts on pork. Steven starts off 2 of his videos killing a pig, and Inside Man is
always pigs.
concerned with preserving pigs, a goal that aligns with whoever the he we heard about earlier is. In any case, things are about to go from bad to worse, because in the next video, I Want to See You, we're actually back to some very oversaturated
now it's sounding like a crazy ex.
His usual skin, but you'll just have to take my word for it, and I'll show this as Navy later on. He walks through a regular field, but then we see something odd in the tree next to him, and
that is something weird.
Cuts. The word stop appears on screen, and the footage repeats over and over in some sort of loop before it breaks and the video ends.
Dude,
the floating head
this feels like some old, like, early 2000s game. Like, you can imagine playing a game like this
resembled that
on, like, an old PlayStation 2.
That jumped Steven in the last video, and it's clear that what was
the color grading is just so bright.
For Navy as well. The description is more base 64, and it's the same message over and over and over again. Do the eyes see me? Creepy on its own, but the description of the following video is even more concerning.
Sky Eye.
Back to Navy's original blue hand, but in a place we've never seen before. A long corridor of the eye blocks, all watching Navy. Actually, wait, this isn't Navy at all. The difference is subtle, but these darker 2 pixels aren't on the edges of Navy's arm, but they
How did you notice that, brother?
are for who whoever this is someone new. The mystery figure walks for a while before reaching a sign with some odd text. He keeps walking and runs into a very simple looking base setup, and then a second sign, equally sparse, then a third. He then enters a room.
Oh, it's the
with
weird
a structure
statue
like
thing.
The one we saw in experimentbase.json, with an eye block watching from atop a pedestal. There's a pit with a sign written in gibberish, and
Do
the
it.
player hesitates for a little before taking the plunge down.
That's
If
it.
we analyze the signs we walked past, we can see that each random symbol corresponds with a letter. Putting them all together, of course, spells I. In the next video,
course.
our mystery man descends deeper into the complex, entering a huge room with eyes everywhere. In the corner, we can spot another pig trapped in glass, a strange clump of leaves, a stream of water, and an obsidian shrine with eyes all over it. The player keeps walking through it, taking it all in. He passes by a cluster of signs with one word written all over them.
I.
He keeps walking into another group of
How'd I
signs
guess?
with very unsettling messages. Please, my eyes. I won't kill them anymore. Navy 208, please forgive us. Ascend, take me back. Ascend is our god. Our character is momentarily transfixed, before then eyeing what looks like a replica of Navy's old base from the very beginning.
It does look
Keeps
like that
walking.
base.
The player then reads one more final sign, asking
I didn't like that.
to ascend.
I didn't like that.
This is by far the most important video we've seen yet. The text below the red face, who I can only guess is meant to be Ascend himself, apparently confirms that he's some sort of angel, god, deity type figure. He's likely the same he who doesn't wish animals to be killed. Hence
Okay.
why some of the signs are asking for forgiveness, saying they won't kill anymore. We can guess that it's this Ascend figure who's been controlling all the eyes, watching over Navy and Steven. But who is this?
I don't
new
like that
figure
image.
that's
Those
inside
eyes
this
are really
complex?
creepy,
Is
man.
it Inside Man Base? Luckily, the next video picks up right where this one left off, and the player falls into
Okay.
a totally white room. He walks through a few signs. Did I ascend? Do I ascend? Ascend with them. Trust our God, ascend. We will
Ascend, bro, you
Keeps
fell.
walking through
Last
the
I checked,
light
falling
and
is not
back to
ascending.
the eye blocks. And there's our god once again. The footage suddenly cuts though, and we're greeted by a familiar hotbar, Inside Man. The screen is half covered in eyes, and we can barely tell what's going on. Briefly, we can see the book in his hand is titled Ascend. He runs through plenty of signs that I can't make out, but this one definitely says, I need eyes. The next video picks up with Inside Man running through the same area, coming across these new red eye blocks. It suddenly cuts to a piece of text, which I'll come back to in a moment.
fuck
and
is
when it
going
cuts back,
on?
Inside Man is investigating the large clump of these Ascend eyes, I'll call them. He hesitates before, of course, jumping down. Whoever Inside Man is, they're clearly going deeper and deeper into this Sky Eye complex. Whether they're part of it or some sort of infiltrator is yet to be known, but unlike the player from before, he seems to have some sort of idea of what he's doing. But let's
Okay.
revisit the text we saw earlier. Running it through a base 64 decoder, we get a Mediafire link to a file called ascendfootage.png. And I want to say now, do not do what I did and download files from the internet that you don't know who created. That's how you get viruses. With that said though, this is what the image looks like. It's a red filter over a beta house with a
Why is
weird
that
white
creepy?
light shining through the door. For a link that was on screen for essentially half the video, I was expecting something a bit more informative, but the next video
Why is that
takes us somewhere
creepy? Because it looks so
completely different.
fucking
We now
dumb.
get to see a
Then why is
hand
it
for the
creepy?
first time in
Low
a
key, it
while.
kind of looks like Obama. That kind of looks like Obama to me. Do you remember the Demon Obama face? It's just Demon Obama. Right? Am I crazy? Obama. No. It's just this guy. Right? I'm not wrong, am I?
Minecraft X-Files goes hard. It does. It's good.
A house with
I'm hooked.
A weird white light shining through the door. For a link that was on screen for essentially half the video, I was expecting something a bit more informative, but the next video takes us somewhere completely.
What do you mean? We saw a bomb
We
there.
now get to see a hand for the first time in a while, and it's an Alex skin we've never seen before. Someone actually left a comment about the skin change, to which Navy responds with a link to an Imgur file of a house. It looks like
What
the
did he just
same
say?
house we see in the video.
What did he
except
just say?
before some sort of disaster.
Hold on a
Alex
second.
Enters the house and looks around, showing us a strange black block in the top corner. The house extends much further back than you'd think, and
Oh, damn, it's a
Alex
fucking
walks up to
TARDIS.
two tunnels, one labeled no exit and the other exit. After a bit of deliberation, Alex picks exit and continues down the hall. She heads down a side corridor and runs into a few signs. They're too dim to see at first, but brightening the video, we get Do you see me? Alex turns around and heads towards the exit before the corridor turns into eyes. And of course, Alex jumps. The story picks up right back in the next video, and Alex looks around to find themselves in a strange gray world. The playground. There are spiraling towers, a tall pillar, trees made of wool, strange floating cacti, and suddenly a jump cut to the Ascend image we downloaded before. When we cut back, Alex is standing on a pile of Ascend eyes, and it appears she's back in the headquarters, but a few of the buildings remain. Alex runs off into the darkness and seems to materialize inside a house in the following video, the center. After a second of looking around, Alex walks outside into a gray world with signs waiting for them. I watched you. I know what you did to them. I'm not gonna let that happen. Welcome to Experiment Base. You are gonna ascend. Follow me and ascend with me and the other people. Beside her new house is a pen almost overflowing with pigs. Scattered all around are strange structures and pillars of blocks leading into clumps of Ascend eyes watching over it all. Alex follows a trail of torches into a nearby building. There's a sign that says
weird.
art, and as they walk in, we get hit with a very strange bit of audio. The video cuts.
I know that sound.
and Alex
That's someone getting a tattoo in the other room.
Ascend eyes. I don't need to tell you what happens next. I'm sure you can guess. Let's try and digest what we just watched. It's uncertain if Alex is the same person as Inside Man, but given her hesitance and Inside Man's apparent confidence, I'd wager they're two different people. In that case, how Alex got to the house in the first place.
There's a lot
is
of different information
their
to keep in on
behavior
this
looks
one.
Very similar to that of the player who got abducted into the Sky Eye. It could well be that they shared a similar fate. In any case, though, after traveling through the various oddities of whatever this place is, Alex runs into these messages, which I'd guess are from Ascend himself. The most interesting sign by far, though, is this one. It implies
Experiment
that this whole
base.
setup is some sort of protocol or experiment made to deal with players who Ascend wants to capture. And actually, the sign Ascend with all of us makes me think that this writer isn't Ascend, and maybe someone who works under him. Perhaps it's Base himself, though that's largely
Base works with
speculation for now.
Ascend?
The audio we hear inside the house sounds like it could be some sort of audio cipher, though after putting it in both a spectrogram and oscilloscope, it came back with no hidden meaning. It seems like it's really just weird noise. There's also these buttons out on the front of the house, which I thought could be some sort of Morse or binary code, but no matter what I tried, assigning torches as dots, buttons as dots, multiple buttons as dashes, single buttons as dots, nothing gave any intelligible message. So all that we're left with is that this Alex player quote-unquote ascended, just like the others we've seen. But
Going
why?
down isn't
And by
ascending, it's
now, I'm sure
descending.
you
Am I
might have
tripping?
Lots of other questions, but don't worry, because so does Navy.
Forgot about Navy.
Our guy, Navy 208, is back, clearly not gone just yet. The arm we see here is the same arm
Hello?
that I told you was Navy a few videos ago, so we can assume that this is where he was sent after whatever that was captured him. Navy stumbles across a weird misshapen player named Floyd Base N566, and then
chill.
we see something huge. This player has the exact same arm as the arm we saw from Sky Eye to Descend. This is that same player who was exploring the complex. Hello? Who are you? You. Me. You. Me what? What do you mean? Him. Who?
What?
Hello?
Ascend.
Ask him. I don't understand. He wants me. What? My eyes. Eyes?
He's got no eyes.
Void then turns his head at Navy, and Navy begins to run away, sprinting from Void.
I had chills there, I'm not gonna lie. I was very spooked.
Wait. No. No. Finally, we're getting somewhere big. The description of this video is in binary
What
and
the hell?
translates to the end of a Mediafire URL. Downloading it gives us an image of Void with more binary. Translating that gives us everyone will become Void. Evidently, when players ascend, they're turning into these hollow Void versions of themselves, hence the "they took him" in the description of Inside Man's first video. The
Okay.
ascend demon thing we saw earlier must be trying to convert people
Obama.
into Void for some reason or another, but we don't know why just yet, nor what the eyes have to do with anything. We've heard many mentions of eyes being important, but as for what they represent, it's still largely unclear. Regardless, we can only keep watching as Navy lands in a pit of Ascend eyes with a now corrupted inventory. He calls out to Void, but gets no answer. He keeps walking into a larger room, and in the distance,
I don't like this.
there he is. Ascend. Watching, but Navy's too late to react. Ascend approaches fast and... well, he's not the most scary, is he? But after that, Navy's screen turns into the same misshapen form we saw Inside Man and the Ascended players had earlier. This must happen when their eyes are taken. He runs away and the video ends. The description is just another link to an image.
My
of
god,
Ascend
Goofy,
with six
indeed.
eyes. In the video and title, he only had 6, and after the encounter, half of Navy's screen is now black. You can piece together the
Oh, he took his eye! Oh, I see. So all of these eyes are we seeing are just people's eyes that Ascend has taken?
rest. And it's not only Navy who gets a visit from this thing. The next video following Navy's ascension is from the perspective of
Maximum.
someone called Maximum01. They give us a tour of their house and nothing out of
Maximum
the ordinary happens,
Gobas
except at the end of the video they happen to chop up a rabbit, and in the last few seconds they watch as the sun cracks and turns red. Maximum is immediately
That's kinda
off
sick.
guard and opens his inventory to find this.
That's kinda
Text
sick,
and
though.
lines
Oh.
littering the screen. Obviously, he's
Yeah, that's
confused,
creepy.
But just a few seconds later, someone named Hello joins the game.
Hello?
Maximum tries to talk to it before suddenly the footage
It's
cuts
me.
and you can hear a man talking. It cuts back, and it turns out that what we just saw happened to Maximum live, and he freaks out. He runs back to his house, and then he sees it.
What the hell? Oh shit. There he is
has
again.
a very reasonable reaction to seeing this thing and runs to hide inside his house. As he looks at the creature, it cuts to just a frame of its eye staring right at him, with a siren noise playing in the background. Hello says hello, and in a panic, Maximum boards up all of his windows before telling Hello there's no chance in the world he's leaving his house. He stays inside, panicking, and the video ends. The description of this video is in base 64, 32, and 2 respectively. Translating it all.
What the fuck does that mean?
Hello, I am watching you.
Bro, is it a bunch of
Come
numbers?
with me. The sun is gonna die soon. The end is near.
Aw.
It seems Hello is yet another entity that works under Ascend, and Maximum isn't his only target. I'm skipping 2 videos that I'll return to in a second, but in the video Open Your Eyes, we get a new player, this time with an Alex skin.
Oh, it's Alex.
Raid 10012. He's also giving a base tour, and all is normal until the screen cuts. And
What's
when
up,
we're back,
guys?
all of his
I'm gonna show you my
windows are
Minecraft
replaced
house.
with eyes. The sun has died, and
Yeah,
gone
it's a little
into
haunted.
red, and standing behind him too is Hello, another victim. Though this time I want to suggest that maybe this raid guy is the same Alex we saw in the playground video and in the house video. The link in the description is just another image with the text "Do you see me?" and that's the same text as
Do you see it? Come on, man.
The first video the Alex skin appears in, the description of the following playground video, and the text we see on the sign. So maybe these are actually out of order. Raid was first
Continuity
captured
error
by Hello, as we see here, and then transported to the house and playground dimension we saw later. But that's just a theory. A game theory. If you recognize this arm, I don't even have to tell you who it is. Navy. Earlier, I skipped 2 videos to get to Raid, and this is the first. He's in a new white room with Ascendis by the entrance. He descends down a long staircase of blocks, opening each one as he goes. Halfway down, the screen cuts to the message, "It's your fault." Navy continues, unfazed. He arrives at the base of the structure to find a world that looks like the playground, with a horribly disfigured sun. But looking around, it looks somewhat familiar. That's Navy's base. These are Navy's trees. This is Navy's world, corrupted and turned into whatever we're looking at, littered with strange towers he never built. He reaches a pit of eyes, and for the first time in the series, a character doesn't jump down an ominous pit. He returns to the tower and climbs up a little before he sees this.
What? That is really creepy. Base. Do you see me? What? Say hello. The end is coming. He's here. Say hello. Look at me. Run. Farm. Burns. I'm here, the eye that watches. I'm watching you. Sunlight. Nowhere to run. Inside. Run. Welcome. Windows. See, that's a reference to him needing to activate his windows. Do you remember that one? The end is near. Interesting. No, to what? 6 eyes? Spaghetti Man.
And that's it. The thing stares Navy down before we cut to the next video, and Navy is running through a dark corridor. He reaches a junction and keeps running before the footage cuts to a picture of a city. He keeps going, and only a few seconds later we see the same thing. A city with the text, "It's your fault." But Navy just keeps running. And then this. Why? Then Navy stops, and
it's Void.
Encounters another player, Void and Base. I know you. The screen cuts to black again. It's all your fault, Navy.
What did Navy do?
He is dead because of you.
Who?
My brother.
Who?
What? You and that stupid war. If
War?
he can't have the sun, you can't either. I've been watching you for years. I know what you did. I know everything. You work for them. Sorry.
So sorry, like he's been caught out? Slava Ukraine. Anyone else confused? Is that it? Okay, no, thank God.
Addressing the elephant in the room, the images you saw, if you haven't figured out yet, were all taken of Ukraine. The final image is the most obvious, and I was able to find it here, but the other images are also likely those of Ukrainian cities, with their signature blocky architecture. This is by far the most important video of the bunch, and we're finally getting a sense of what this series is.
Bro, is
all about.
Navy
It,
fucking
there's
Putin?
one detail about this
It's your
all
fault.
that I left out. If you look into the description,
What's going on
the
here?
binary turned Mediafire link isn't to an image, it's to a world, ascend.rar. And I repeat now, do not download sketchy files off the internet. Unless you're me. Because unzipping the file, we get a Minecraft
Tease him.
world. It seems totally uninteresting at first, but going all the way back...
Oh, finally, it doesn't look like fucking butt cheeks. It's such nice quality all of a sudden.
Coordinates. Teleporting to these coordinates takes us to a hidden room with
Uh-oh.
a chest and a written book. Ascend by Base. The binary translates to, I miss you.
Why can't you just write
You
it?
are good.
Goodbye, brother.
It's impossible to deny that this series has something to do with the Russian-Ukrainian war. The Ascend message placed over the Ukrainian soldier waving his flag, base mentioning the war that apparently Navy is a part of, now all the why and it's your fault messages in the previous videos make sense. We know Navy is somehow involved in this conflict and evidently on
How the fuck did the Ukraine war get into this?
The metaphor here is still uncertain though. What exactly is the message and how do Ascend's goals line up with base, Navy, and all the other characters we've seen? It could be that the killing of animals and pigs is a parallel for the casualties in war, and Ascend is just some sort of being that punishes those who takes part in conflict. But that seems like a stretch given only what we've seen. But regardless, the series is about to come to a climax, and we're about to meet arguably our most important character yet. The skin has a Steve arm, but at this point we know it's a common trait. They walk through a dark forest towards their home, the sun absolutely bloodshot. They look around. They know something is coming for them. The player digs into their attic and reads 4 signs.
Hello, I am here. Bum. Do you see me?
He heads back down and opens a chest, and we can see his inventory is corrupted, just like Maximum's was. He grabs a strange item though. Its name is in Russian, and it translates to end. The player steps outside and begins swinging the item. He knows something is coming, and he isn't afraid. The screen freezes, and the text "Execute, Run, Execute" displays on the hotbar with a giant eye looking down at us. It stays like this until...
Open your eyes, chap. Open your eyes.
A man talks in what is likely Russian. We see the message "Open your eyes," and Kyiv, the capital city of Ukraine, comes on screen with the text "Do you see me?" and the video ends. We're getting 2 messages at once here. At first, on the surface level, our protagonist is clearly somewhat competent in fighting back against the monsters capturing people, unafraid of taking them on with his strange gadget. On a higher level, the series seems to be telling us to pay attention to Ukraine, not to be oblivious to the conflict they're fighting. It may be that Ascend, the collector of eyes, is representative of some force taking eyes off the war and silencing those who are aware. But
I'm so confused. Okay, I've let this run for a while because there's been so many questions, and I've got nothing to say on the matter other than how the fuck does the Ukraine war have anything to do with Minecraft Eldritch Horrors? How long do we have to figure this out? We have like 10 minutes for him to explain the Ukraine war and its connection between ascending and Minecraft Eldritch Horrors. Give it to me.
To save them. All we know for certain is that this Steve here is the only one we've seen who can truly fight back, and he's not done yet. The next video with the same player now inside a large white room in the void. He takes a look around, peering over the edge at the various towers and bridges, looking for something, until someone called "I'm Good" says hello in chat. Our protagonist says hello back, and we can see his name is Russ00100.
Where are you?
Oh. Deny. Are you able to kill it? He's gonna execute it?
What?
No?
Where is Navy 208?
He is dead.
What? Who are you? Tell me, please.
Russ panics, threatening to jump off the map, asking I'm Good to take him out of this place. I'm Good stays silent, and Russ jumps off, but he doesn't escape, and he comes back with a corrupted inventory and broken skin. He runs back to the entity, begging. I'm Good gives no closure, and Russ keeps jumping off, again to no avail, until finally he jumps one more time and finds himself in an even darker world, approaching 3 more I'm Goods.
Okay, that creepy as fuck.
The screen cuts to black with the words "Dead Trees" written all in caps. From what we've seen, Russ is the best hope of anyone figuring out how to stop Ascend and the rest of these beings. He's the first we've seen to survive a corruption, or at the very least get a reasonable response from an entity, but it's not enough, and apparently we now learn that Navy 208 never existed, that he was just a dream Russ created, though that may not necessarily be the case. In the description, we can find a code of ASCII, and translating it to text gives us another Mediafire link to an image with a simple message. Don't trust him, that's a lie. Don't trust who? What's the lie here? Who's lying? Is it I'm good? Is Navy really alive? Russ walks through a corridor, reaching a sign labeled Navy 208. Another door with a sign referencing Maximum 01 and someone named Stambrop, and a final sign down the hall for Raid 11012. He opens tab and everyone is there. Silent. Russ opens Navy's door to find him well.
Is this experiment base?
Was lying. Russ begins to talk to him.
Navy, I thought you were dead.
Navy doesn't respond, and instead throws him a book.
I can't talk. I found the way to escape. That thing lied. I'm real. I'm alive. Trust me, that thing is not real. The behemoth is the creator. He
That motherfucker right there is not real.
created Ascend.
I'm sorry.
It's just one of them, like you. Ascend recruits more people into this cursed place for the behemoth. In some time, the behemoth comes here to eat us. But don't worry, I know how to escape in case the behemoth is coming.
Russ doesn't understand, and they decide to just wait. In the meantime, he opens the other doors of the corridor, confirming everyone is really there.
Okay. I don't like these eyes, man. These are really creepy as fuck.
Navy throws Russ another book.
If you are reading this, the behemoth is coming. Use this thing I gave you. You know how to use it. We need to kill him now, or everyone will turn into more creatures and this will never end. I just want to say goodbye to you in case you don't make it. I just wanted to play a normal game, but this ended bad. By the way, Base XD, our friend, was killed by the behemoth. We won't see him anymore. Thank you. Goodbye. Navy 208 to Russ 00100.
So Navy gave him the weapon to fight them.
When the footage cuts back, Russ is holding a tulip and returns to the room to find Navy waiting for him. They head together back down into a normal.
Oh, it gives him the tulip. That's cute. I'm not letting this happen. Now they're building the obelisk that we're building before, that weird contraption. Base, this isn't the end. I'm not letting this happen. What? Isn't that right?
Every player that was trapped in that final room we saw was captured by Ascend. It's likely that Stambarop is Steven, the player we saw with the bad Minecraft footage. And if Navy is to be believed,
God, that footage is horrible for the eyes.
Is just another player captured and morphed into an entity by the behemoth to collect eyes.
One of them, like, what does that even mean?
From my understanding, maybe Base, the original, had some sort of deal with the behemoth and was working on his side, hence how he has control over the fallen stars and other entities. And as he said, this isn't over yet. There are just 5 more videos left before we get to the bottom of this whole thing. The first consisting of an unknown player with a Steve skin innocently building a house where nothing at all of note happens. Though interestingly, it's the same house we saw all the way back in the image at the beginning titled Ascend footage.
Oh, it's a bomb now.
That this is some sort of genesis, an inciting incident from the past, and maybe this is even gameplay of Ascend himself before he got turned into whatever we see in the future videos. But there's not that much to go off of, and luckily the next video has returned to Navy as he comes back to his world. Everything is totally normal and he repairs his house, thanking us for all that's happened. Though for some reason he gets
acts like normal
again, ones that he should already have unlocked, and there's no reason to be getting twice. But that doesn't matter. It seems as though he's finally won, right? But the binary in the description leads to a third unlisted video which begs to differ. A dark entity bigger than any we've seen yet standing before us. This isn't over yet. Navy begins to notice things that are wrong. His skin has gone black and he tells us
he's itchy giving us the YouTuber spiel as well. Let me read it like a YouTuber. Okay guys, so I found something very strange. First of all, my skin is black.
Has gone black and he tells
for some reason
he found in his world that shouldn't be there. The footage bugs horribly while he runs, as if something is taking a toll on his world. And then we see it. A house that shouldn't exist because Navy didn't build it, but
lady, don't hum me, don't make that weird. I was reading his chat, like his Minecraft skin has turned black, okay? Chill.
Or Stamberop,
chill.
Whoever this is did. This house is a block-for-block replica we see in the encounter with the entity video, down to the
oh yeah, it
by
is
the ground. But what it's doing in
that
Navy's
shit house
now is a complete mystery. But Navy's not done. He takes us over to something else.
And then I found this.
A tunnel. This time I have no idea what this is referencing. It seems like a random tunnel, but who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. Navy goes to leave the area, but as he does, we see it. Another black player. Watching Navy inside his world, but he doesn't notice. After all this, there's still something watching him. Navy takes us home, unaware the player is following him. He chops cacti, then plants it, and without warning runs back to the area with the house and the tunnel. The black figure is gone, but Navy discovers a pit he's never seen before. But he doesn't jump down, and instead just heads home again, looking behind him as if he feels someone is watching, but no one's there. And just like that, the video ends. Finally, we've reached the climax. Navy leaves his house to
I've been waiting for a climax.
everywhere.
Been 25 years.
Giant entities stand behind his base with the dark player flying in front of them.
Base, what is this?
That's base?
The end, Navy. What do you mean? I was never your friend, Navy. I hate you since you did what you did that day.
What? What did he do? I'm sorry.
Stop us now, please.
Why is he looking at you, kind of fucking baller?
Please.
Why does his voice change? What? Bay. That's the past. Please. Stop this. But I hate you. There's no going back. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that anymore. Just stop this before it gets too dangerous. Really? Yes. Come on. Neo? Tell them to leave. Who likes Neo? Like the pop star? One of them escaped. That's not good. Let's go. Do you want to play? Huh? Yes.
Am I the only one wondering who Neo is? The final video on Navy's channel is called
What?
Outside. It's of a player with a black skin running through a looped series of tunnels covered in eyes. At the end, we can barely make out the legs of something massive, but as quickly as it started, it ends. And we're left with that. Except we're not. Because as I finished writing the script, Navy uploaded one final video onto his channel. I was gonna end this video with a series of questions. What Navy's relationship with base was, what all this had to do with Ukraine, what the behemoth was, but no, this video answers all of that. We open up to a player digging out a mine and then running up the stairs to find a sign.
Don't kill animals, please. I like them, okay?
The player responds.
Okay,
and
bro.
We can see a strangely familiar name on a pig across the hall. The player exits the mine but is shocked
It's
to
Tom.
find that their entire base is now completely decimated. A tower of lava stands in the distance and a Russian flag blows in the wind atop the base. The player runs over to more signs. They don't know how to respond at first, but place down two of their own.
Hello, Navy 208. No worries, we can be friends, Navy 208.
Clearly, they don't really mean it though, as they then trash the signs with blocks, trashing the flag as well. But in their rage, they spot one more message in the rubble, a promise of revenge from yet another familiar name. Of
Behemoth.
course, Base says yes, and the rest is history. This was the Genesis, Navy 208, Base XD, Ascend 2015. These were all Russian hackers, Russian players who raided Base's server and griefed his home, a home that he shared with his brother, so naturally, of course, he would fight back. There's still the question of how exactly it all got to be this way, what the eyes really meant, and how Ascend 2015 turned from a normal player into that. But even now, the puzzle pieces to solving the mysteries of this story are all laid out in front of us.
What?
The question is, can you put them together?
What? So, Russian hackers hacked into this server, griefed it, and then a Minecraft eldritch horror named Behemoth reached out to Navy to get revenge. Somehow, this revenge entailed in this eldritch horror taking over Ascend 2015, one of the Russian hackers, and causing others, like Navy, to try and Ascend 2 and consume them in the video game? Huh? There's got to be more answers. That was a really good video, by the way. Extremely well made. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck is this? I haven't seen the video yet, but I know this is gonna be a banger. Navy 208 looks like a chill guy to... Hold on a second. This is the Navy? Yeah, I'm a few minutes... Hey, wait a second. What's bro doing? Seems like a weird guy to me. That's crazy. Dullord would have solved this one in no time. Real. Dullord would have solved this one. Navy accidentally typing Bay instead of base is sending me. I like that one as well. For me, killing of animals may represent the killing of innocence. I don't know. I have no clue. I can tell you what it represents, because was it done by the hacker or was it done by the Behemoth? I don't know. No discernible meaning. Bro, the spectrogram clearly showed it was the eyes. Oh wait, it was the eyes? Dude, this dude liked the video that much, he made it his profile picture. Why'd my eye get stuck here? That's crazy. This is Navy. Looks nothing like Navy. This isn't Navy because there's one extra slightly darker blue pics on his right arm. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. What the hell? The monster at the beginning just being a retextured zombie, maybe, yeah. The retextured zombie did kind of kill it a little bit. As someone who's Ukrainian, I love this ARG. It sums up the war beautifully. It doesn't seem real to most. Real to most even know. The support for Ukraine was short-lived and withered away, but the war's still going. The war is still taking lives, innocent lives. I think the players represent the politicians, the ones in power who started this war, and the animals are the casualties that died at the hands of these political powers. It shows the horrors that is war. Damn. Okay, that's deep. That's fucking deep. That's crazy. I can see that parallel. I can see that. God damn. That was just a theory. A game theory. I'm sorry, I like to look at the comments after I watch a video. It kind of like, one, adds a little bit more context if you miss any, or two, you know, it reaffirms you in your context that you have like built up yourself and all your theories, which I like. I feel like the scariest thing that can happen in these is when something that shouldn't be visually possible within vanilla Minecraft happens, like an object shows up. It's far too high poly to exist within the confines of the game. I don't know. I don't care about high poly shit. I don't know. Imagine Putin finally comes to terms with the atrocities he's committed because he watched a Minecraft creepypasta about them. Oh my god, imagine. Oh. Oh. That's crazy. That's a really good video with his. Holy shit, this guy's fucking good. What are we doing right now? We're watching creepy Minecraft videos and they're really good, man. They're so good. Puts into perspective the stupid shit people say on the internet. Like, damn, I might not be the smartest, but holy shit, your watching comprehension is in the gutter. Sometimes it do be like that. Some people do be fucking idiots. I don't know if it's like they watched the whole thing and paid full attention. I feel like if they skimmed it and then say something really quickly. Like, it actually baffles me how many people don't watch a video all the way through but comment. Like, they'll watch like a minute and they'll comment. They'll, like, oh, what really annoys me, I really don't understand how people do this. They'll get to a point in the video, they'll have a question and they'll just type it in the comments. Like, I would be like, huh. Instead of voicing my question in the comments, I'm just going to finish the video in case they answer my comment. You know what I'm saying? That's peculiar to me. That's a weird behavior that I don't understand. Man, that was good. Holy shit. Would you like to ascend? Proceeds to jump down a hole. That's descending. That's what I'm saying. At the crossroads, don't turn left. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that. I love that everyone's going back and watching these as well. It shows you like how much a good video can improve your credibility. Because I'm sure like the viewership on this video, the one we just watched, is 3.4 million right now. I'm sure before this video here came out, searching for a world that doesn't exist, this probably only had like 1 million, maybe just less than that is my guess. And so many people, because they enjoyed this video so much, they backtrack. They want to watch the other videos that this guy has. So like this one good video that left such a good mark on people gave this man so much credibility that they just went straight back and watched all the others. That's crazy. Finding a player who doesn't exist. Looks like we should watch this one at some point, huh?